Hello and welcome to Ghostlight RPGs presents Tales of the Public Domain. My name is Justin Barron. I am your dungeon master for the evening. My pronouns are he, him, and I am very excited to be back with a brand new show with some familiar faces, with some brand new faces. We got a whole lot of faces for you. Why don't we introduce the rest of the team here? Go ahead and introduce yourself, just your name, and your pronouns, and maybe tell us your favorite book. Why don't we do that? Why don't we start with Puck?
Hello, my name is Puck. I'm use they them pronouns. I previously guest starred on Hawkeye's Making Out, so you may recognize me.
Making out. Sorry.
My favorite book, I don't think is too far off from Hawkeye's Making Out. Well, maybe a bit, actually. It is Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Muir. It's really funny. It's really good, especially if you love lesbian sword fighting in space.
It's called Gideon the Ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Throw that in my brain. Love it. Love it. How about Annie?
Hi, my name is Annie Schwaner. My pronouns are she, her. And I think this is so sad. I was trying to think of one of my favorite books, and one that struck a chord, I think, I read it a long time ago, but it was The Tale of Despero. And I remember thinking that was the coolest book. Like, they started it in library class, and then I had to get it and go home and read it. And that's probably one of my favorite stories to this day. And I'm excited to read it to my children one day. So, Tale of Despero. Super cute.
Awesome.
Oh, go Jess. Yeah.
Go Jess. Yes.
Go Jess.
Go
now.
Go.
Hi, I'm Jess. I use they, she pronouns, and right now my favorite book right now is actually Galaxy's Edge, Blackspire. It's about basically the backstory to Blackspire Outpost at Disneyland.
Really?
I think it's only my favorite because I'm reading it right now. I'm very like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. It's like, okay, I read a book, cool, next. So, because it's on my table right now, it's my favorite.
You know, when I asked you all to give me your book, I was gonna say book recommendations, kind of, your favorite books, I forgot to think of one myself. I read a lot of comic books. I don't know if that counts though. I will say what? It counts?
That works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Comic books. Actually, I will say the Saga series. If anybody is into comic books, graphic novels, check out Saga. It's fantastic. It's really great. Hey, I'm loving all of these first-time viewers in the chat right now. Thanks for stopping by. This is new for all of us. I'm very excited. All of you may notice right here, we are missing our friend Darrington. He will be playing with us. Just couldn't make it tonight. So we will catch him up next week. But yeah, those of you who are new to Ghostlight, welcome. We are a community of artists, of role players, of performers, gamers, you name it, we got it, who basically just come together and tell stories and play games and kind of share our love of roleplay in whatever form it may choose to take at this time. So tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which is really exciting for me. When I started this channel about a year and a half ago, I was playing a lot of D&D at the time, but I have yet to personally run 5e on the channel, so this is my first outlet in that. So I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. That being said, we do have a good amount of home rules, house rules, kind of thrown in here, fabricated classes and things like that. So you'll kind of get more of a sense of that later. But yeah, as far as this show goes. Tales of the Public Domain is going to be a PG-13 adventure, so we won't be dropping too many F-bombs, and things won't get too graphic. But there will be some language, there will be some violence, that's just how it goes. I want you all to know that we do utilize safety tools, such as lines and veils and color cards, like these little guys here. And we do this just to make sure that all of us remain comfortable and just respectful of each other's boundaries. And I recommend that any of you at your home games do the same thing. It's very helpful, especially as a DM. All right. With that being said, I think we're good. Oh, the last thing I'll say is, if you're new, I see that Authenticate has followed. Thank you so much, Authenticate. Anybody else, hit the follow button and make sure you don't miss next week's episode and the episodes after that. We're also going to be doing a number of fun one-shots coming up. We have on September 19th, which is a Sunday morning, we're going to be doing the Tales of Equestria, the My Little Ponies role-playing game, which we've done before, but we're going to be doing a one-shot of that on the 19th. And then on the 22nd, which is Hobbit Day, we're going to be playing The One Ring as a little Lord of the Rings. We might even dress up for that one. So make sure you follow so you don't miss all that stuff. And yeah, and then if you're interested, sorry, there's a lot here. First episode. If you're interested in any of our previous streams, any of our previous shows and stories that we've done, there's a lot, and there's a lot of good ones that I personally think are fantastic. Go check out our YouTube page. It's just Ghostlight RPGs, same as this. And you can find all of our past content on there, nice and organized for you. Okay. Well, I think we're good, and I think we're just ready to jump in. So without further ado, let's kick off our first session of Tales of the Public Domain. Stories are meant to live forever. Passed down from generation to generation, we keep them alive. But that doesn't mean they don't fade. First-hand accounts become tales of old, become legends of the past, become myths whose only meaning is the lesson that they teach. Stories, whether they're real or not, are the only way that we survive, our only true legacy. But what if they were forgotten? What if in a flash they never even existed? We open there's a large open-air building on a cliffside. The ornate architecture of it, mixed with the attire of the well-dressed masses waiting outside, tells us that we are in a modern world, 1900s, 1910s, perhaps. A large banner across the arched entrance of this building reads, "Grand Opening of the California Wildlife Reserve." It is then that the doors open, and the crowd eagerly shuffles forward in their monocles and their high-waisted trousers. I don't know what people wore back then. On the other side of this massive complex, away from the noise, away from all of the chaos, sits a man on a bench, next to a small animal enclosure. Behind the glass of this enclosure hangs a sloth Below it sits an albino koala, and on a branch far above, a parrot. And all of whom are focused on this man. Jess, could you go ahead and describe your character for us?
So, this man is probably in his mid-30s, early 40s, if anything. Probably looks more early 40s, but is he? Probably from stress, he looks like it. He's wearing just a very light tan button-down shirt, but it's like very much wrinkled at the bottom. And kind of misfitting pants that look almost like they're too itchy. And you can tell he doesn't like wearing those pants. He's probably used to like shorts, that sort of thing. He looks very uncomfortable, a little nervous. He just keeps staring off to make sure his personal bubble, which is quite large, has not been invaded by anybody. And he's just very evenly breathing and listening to whatever he might be hearing in that moment. Keep himself centered. You can tell he's just doing his best.
I love it. You hear the voice from above. I'm just saying, it's gonna be fine. Doc, it's gonna be fine. No matter what happens, people are gonna come in here, they're gonna see us, and they're gonna love us. Who wouldn't love all this? Huh? And the parrot poses as she speaks to you. You know this, of course, as your friend Josie. And the the koala down on the bottom. Right. But what if they don't like us? I mean, what if they come in here and they see my bald patch? What if they don't like that, Doc? What if they don't like that, Doc?
It's not a bald patch. We had to shave that because you got sutures.
I know, but it's still. Look at it.
It's not.
Do you think they'll notice?
It makes you look so tough, though.
I love that. The sloth who's hanging there, as you say that, just kind of you see they go tough. The sloth is fucking high all the time, by the way. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
The sloth, Dale, as you know, begins, oh, hey, what's up, raid? Thank you, boys from the Baltic Star. Thank you for the raid. We just kicked off our brand new show here. We're chilling with Dr. Dolittle. Join us. So, the sloth, Dale, says, hey, Doc, you look real nice. I was gonna tell you that.
Thank you so much, Dale.
What is that thing dangling from your neck? What is that?
There's something on my neck?
Yeah, it's like a tie. Is that a tie?
No. Oh, yeah. It's clip-on. Don't tell anyone.
What's that mean?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, tie.
What?
Is
Who's Ty?
No. Okay.
Okay. Are you cool?
No, I'm great. I'm having a great time.
Okay. But seriously, Doc, it's gonna be fine, okay? Oh, look, here comes Sarah. And you see, walking through the doorway, you see your sister, Sarah, who, looks very nice. She doesn't have, the most amount of money, but she keeps herself looking very nice regardless, and she comes in with just a smile, like a beaming pride. John, you look fantastic. Look at you. Come here. And she kind of pulls you in for a big hug. Are you very excited? You should be very excited.
I'm feeling so many things, Sarah. Thank you for coming. This is going to be great.
Of course. Look, if I I know that this was all my idea, and I know that you aren't really used to having a ton of people here, but it was time, right? 5 years ago, when you kicked this place off, it's just been you and these animals ever since, and I know...
And it's been great, Sarah. So many great hangouts, and not... I can't sentence right now. Are you sure you can't do the opening speech?
Me? No, John, this is you. You have to. This is the big thing. Everybody's coming to see you.
Okay, what?
Right?
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be great. Tell me I look great.
You look great.
Thank you.
We cut ahead to the stage, the kind of the grand ballroom-esque stage. I can't find my water. There it is. Everybody hydrate.
The drink. Okay, understood.
So we cut to this like grand foyer. There's a stage, and there you just see like people, again, monocles, high-waisted trousers, all out there. This beautiful architecture and this beautiful building that you've called home for the last 5 years has never seen this many people in it at once. And you kind of like look past the curtain a little bit that has been placed there, and you see all these people, and you take a breath. Sarah comes over. Okay, are you ready?
Maybe. What did you name this place again?
This is the California Wildlife Reserve.
California Wildlife. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you not know that, John?
I didn't want to step outside the gates, quite yet.
Okay. No, we're gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. Okay, great. I'm gonna go introduce you. Here we go. She steps out on to this little makeshift stage. Everybody applauds. You can tell she's nervous. She gets up there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. This is, when my brother opened the California Wildlife Reserve, kind of giving you a look backstage, we had no idea just how much success it was going to have. He has saved so many endangered animals, so many exotic species that would not be able to survive in other places, and thanks to John, they are not only surviving but thriving here. So you can tell she's starting to like tear up in pride, and she says, all right, without further ado, my brother, Dr. John Dolittle. And she steps off the stage. People applaud. What do you do? Before you go any further, I will say, Kate, in the chat, has given you a point of inspiration, because they're nervous for their speech. So you can add that to your character sheet, and then,
Nice.
as I think you already know, but for the audience, a point of inspiration will allow someone to re-roll a d20 and take the second roll. So thank you for that, Kate.
Yes. Very good. He's gonna walk out and kind of, you can tell he's kind of standing like you were taught in grade school to stand for a public speech, and he's trying to very, very much probably for the first time all day is standing tall. He says, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to the California Wildlife Reserve."
Everyone applauds.
I am so happy to see everyone here, and I can't wait for you to explore every bit of the reserve. And then he just kind of turns and looks at Sarah's like, can I stop, please?
I need you to make me a perception check real quick.
Perception check?
Yes,
oh, boy.
please.
Okay. Is that just under my skills?
Yeah. So just go under your skills and click perception, and it should do it for you there.
Okay. I remember how to do a thing. First roll.
First roll.
Pain.
What'd you get?
Okay.
11, right? Oh, 12.
Plus the 1, so 12. Yeah, great. 12. Dolittle, you notice, as you're addressing these people, in the back of the room, you notice your friend, Josie, the parrot, fly in above and land on a rafter. And as you're continuing this speech, you see that she is, like, flapping her wings, like, desperately trying to get your attention. What do you do? Roll me a performance check now. Let's just see how much this messes with your speech.
This is gonna be great. Performance check. Just straight roll.
Yes.
Okay. Not that I know I'm daring you to question that. Okay. It's just an 8.
We get an 8. You just stop talking, and like look up at Josie. You hear, like, the crowd starts to kind of murmur a little bit. Doctor, are you all right? And, like Sarah's, like, in the wings. John, say something. Say anything.
Stay on the paths. Don't get too close to the cages. Thank you.
And you, like, walk off. Okay. Everyone's like, applause. You walk off stage, and Sarah says, "Okay, that wasn't bad, right? I need to go. I promised the commissioner that I was going to show him around personally, so I'm gonna go do that. Just talk to people, maybe." Josie has swooped down and is, like, on top of, like, a just, like, a little alcove, like, in the area right there, and she's just like, you can hear everybody else just kind of hears, like, but you hear, like, Doc, we got a problem, we got a real big problem, Doc. Sarah says, "Okay, please don't do anything crazy, okay?" She gives you a hug, a kiss, and she walks away.
Okay.
Doc!
Okay. Yes, Josie.
Someone took the new bird.
What?
The new bird. The exotic new bird. I don't even remember their name. Somebody took them. Was it like Carl? I don't even remember.
Now it's Carl. I hadn't really gotten around to it. I've been a little busy. But wait, someone...
Sure.
Who? What? Okay, tell me everything, please.
You know the baby bird that we rescued, like, last month?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
What?
I'm freaking out, Doc!
I'm freaking out. Well, how about... Can you take me to where we last saw them? And I just very politely try to, like, walk away and do little waves and...
Yeah, people, like, walk by. This bird's like...
behind a bush or something.
Okay, Doc, follow me. Takes off down the hallway.
Oh, boy.
With you in tow. And it is there...
Oh,
we
no.
will cut away to a valley tucked perfectly between the mountain and the woods. The night sky is betrayed by the twinkle of a gleaming castle standing proudly in the center of that valley. And as we draw closer, the air almost tastes sweet. And with good reason. This is the kingdom of Shugaria. There is silence in the town below. No one out past curfew, save for a few troublemakers, perhaps. A bedazzled member of the Royal Guard patrols the cobblestone street, walking proudly. Just then, a small shadow crosses her face. Looking up. Huh? Continues patrol. She continues forward as we lift up to the rooftops and follow that small shadow across the moonlit rooftops. Annie, can you go ahead and describe your character for us?
Well, I would love to. She is, her name is Trixie, but she is a small little fairy, and she's adorable, has these luscious, curly, blonde hair, and she is always wearing something pink, maybe little sparkles. She tries to tone it down a little bit more when she tries to go out at night, so maybe a hot pink, maybe less sparkles, but pink just the same. And yeah, she's just a sweet little fairy kind of woman. That's all.
That's so good. I can't wait.
Little turned up cute button nose and everything.
You are gliding with your wings across the town. Again, it's quiet. It's so quiet, and you've gotten used to that. Ever since your father put a curfew on the entire kingdom, people don't go out so much. And there've also been kind of like rumors of people getting like taken. It's just feels like a dangerous time right now. Also, point of inspiration to you, because hot. Thanks, Emma.
Yeah.
I mean, ECAT Carter. Damn it, I did it again.
Thanks, Cat Carter, whoever you are.
Yeah.
She does feel like she's pretty hot, so, she tries.
So you, feeling hot, go across the roofs. You get to, you see up ahead is a double, a two-story kind of cottage house. Again, cobblestone streets, kind of simple, quaint cottage, filled town. It's a very, very fairy tale-esque, right? Yeah. You get to this this house, and you go, as you have many times before, straight through, straight to the top, and then, because it's all boarded up and whatnot, like, nobody really lives here, you go down the chimney, and you exit through the empty fireplace into the room, into the HQ, if you will, of the Resistance. You see in front of you a few other sugar plum fairies like yourself, who are kind of gathered around, doing, taking little pieces of equipment, in bunches, like 5 of them around like one belt, kind of, carrying it across the room. There are a few humans in here as well, as they kind of like walk across, and at his table, as per usual, looking over like his war table, if you will, with his hands on it, you see Jin, the leader of the Resistance, and he, as you know, of course, is a gingerbread man. And he, as you kind of come over to the table, looks up, Trixie, thank God you're back.
Hi, Gingy. How's it going?
I told you not to call me that, please. It's Jin. Jin.
All right.
Come on, not just around everybody else. When we were kids, you could call me that. Now, it's Jin. Got it?
All right, Jin.
Thank you.
Will always be Gingy to me.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Now, what have we figured out?
Well, okay. It seems, let's see. Some of our scouts brought in some intel. Okay, this is not... I'm gonna try to figure out how to put this in a way that won't make you incredibly angry.
All right.
You know those sweet shops we've been hearing about?
Yeah.
Where they, people are being basically enslaved and put to work to labor in these sweet shops.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
They're real. It's a real thing, Trix, and I think we found one.
Are you... Son of a gumdrop. Are you serious? They're real?
I am serious. They are real. There's one in the cave. In a cave. It's hard to explain what cave because we don't have names for all the caves yet.
Yeah,
but
that one cave. I know what you're talking about.
If you take a left at the big oak, yeah, okay, you know.
Yeah. I got you.
Anyway, hidden deep in that cave, we think is a sweet shop. And
Okay.
Trixie, it gets worse.
How could it get worse than that?
There are royal guards that seem to be patrolling it. And he gets real close to you, kind of so that nobody else can hear, and he kind of whispers, "Is it possible that your father, the king, is running sweet shops?"
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he couldn't be that. I don't know. I don't want to blame my own father of doing that. I know he can be persnickety sometimes, but I don't think he's that type of person, is he? Oh,
I hope not.
I hope not either, but I don't know.
All
If
I
he
know
I'm
is...
very disappointed in him, and we will have a talking to.
Yeah. Absolutely. All I know is that there's, a good number of, common folk missing. Some ginger folk have gone missing. We gotta get over there, right? What's wrong? You good?
I lost everything. It paused for a second.
Oh,
So,
Zoom did?
hello. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good.
My
I see you
internet
now.
cut out. Okay, I'm good. What'd you lose? What'd you hear last?
I heard all of that, honestly.
Okay,
I don't think anything cut out.
Okay, cool. I lost you guys. Which guards? The big ones? Normal people? Like,
I don't know. I can't tell the difference. They all wear those bedazzled, sparkly uniforms.
I know they are lovely, but we're not talking about that right now. What do we do? What do you want me to do?
That's a solid question, Trix. First thing I think we should do is take a big stretch. Thanks, chat. Okay. Annie, are you still there?
I'm still there,
Good.
but
You did freeze, but we stretched
I
and you
froze.
came back.
I stretched. If you need to switch to somebody else while my internet gets back,
No,
that might help.
you're good. He says, Trixie, I'm gonna ask you to take point on this one. Can you do that?
Of course. Sure can.
Alright. Why don't you, you're faster than any of us. You go on ahead, take a look, keep an eye out, but don't you dare go in without us. You got it?
Of course. Of course. I wouldn't do that. Never. On
Make
it,
a deception
and
check.
Yeah, I can't just run.
Unless
Fly
you're
away.
being honest. If you're telling the truth.
I am not. I tried to get out of roll 20 just to see if it would get my internet.
Oh,
back
sure.
up.
If you want to
Yeah,
roll
if
with, you know,
I know I don't have my dice next to me right now. Dang it.
sure.
If you want to roll, I trust you. If you want to roll for me, just a straight one.
I
I
can
think I
roll
have
for you.
I think I have a +7 to deception.
You do. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's go ahead and here we go.
I'm pulling it up right now, but if you want to pull it up for me.
I rolled you a 16. You're welcome.
Perfect. That's great.
So you see Jen goes, all right, good. That's what I thought. And then he goes back to his work. He says, and Trixie, one more thing. You stay sweet out there. And he says it with a serious ferocity. You know, I mean, it's like saying stay sharp to him, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, and with that,
like always, and she's gonna fly on off.
Out the chimney, out back into the night sky, towards this mysterious sweet shop in a cave. And with that, we will cut away to the sound of gentle banjo strums, the bright sky above, the wind rustling a field of wheat, the smell of cow shit. This is Eden's Grove, where nature reigns and humanity always gets in its way. We see a wagon roll down a one-road town, nameless. The town, like many other towns, just was never given a name. Passing these wooden structures that, quite frankly, honestly, could barely pass as buildings. This is an old, broken down town. Outside of this one specific building that happens to say saloon in giant plain wooden letters, stands this young person. Puck, why don't you go ahead and introduce your character for us?
I'm standing in front of the saloon. Don't think I'm old enough to go in there, but it sure does smell nice and fresh outside. Slept on a rock though. My name's Johnny. I'm here. I think I'm gonna hand out some of my pamphlets. They're not very good. I'm, doing my best. I'm a pretty scrawny looking kid with some raggedy old clothes, shaggy hair, probably some ambiguous dirt on my nose just there, and no shoes. But I got a walking stick, so that definitely helps me get around quite a lot. So with my walking stick, I guess I tap on the door of the saloon that it looks like I'm thinking about going in.
You tap on it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you you just tap on this saloon. The door going to go, just kind of swings open and then back at you. Nothing else happens. And then you hear, "Hey there." And you kind of like turn to your right, sitting on the front like porch of this saloon. You just see like this old man, like ancient looking man who is just like leaning back on this like rocking chair, hat tipped down, like long piece of straw out of their mouth. You looking to go in there saloon?
Oh, hi, sir. I don't know if I was really looking to go in there or if I was really just looking for people who are alive. You're alive.
You're looking for people who are alive, huh?
Yeah. This is a pretty quiet town here. I don't know. Not much going on.
Yep.
People do live here, right?
Well, there are people who are alive around here, but not
You
many
sure?
of them.
Oh.
Not many of them. Any of them that you're looking for are gonna be right through that door there, young one.
Okay, am I allowed to go in? Because I thought that, I'm not really like old enough to drink, but
That's funny. You're a good. I needed a good laugh. Haven't laughed in about 10 years.
oh my, no.
What's your
That's not
name?
okay. Oh, hi, I'm Johnny. He like goes out and sticks his hand out. It's very dirty. There's dirt under their fingernails.
Like meets like, as this old gentleman just
I might even like spit into my hand first.
Oh, okay, yeah, you do that. He kind of like,
yeah. Nice to meet you.
all right,
Squeeze it hard.
you're kind of a weird one, Johnny, but hey, welcome to town. Hey, if you're going in there, could you get me a refill?
Oh, well, yeah, of
gives
course.
you this like tin mug.
He'll take it, or they'll take it and be like, okay, well, I'm going to go in now. Wish me luck.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, hurry on now. You go inside, swinging these doors open. You walk into this room. There is an immediate just like stench of liquor that kind of smacks you in the face. Are you wearing shoes?
Mm-mm.
Your feet
Nope.
start sticking a bit to this wooden floor. It is just not great. But you see, sitting at different tables all around, just people, just people, dressed pretty normally, just kind of out here looking to survive, honestly. Common folk that you have, lived with and gotten to know your whole life. Make me a perception check real quick.
Okay. That's a solid 13.
A solid 13.
Oops, actually, I forgot my modifier. Hold on a second.
Sure.
It's a 14.
Okay.
Nope. That was performance. Sorry. 16.
Oh, you're fine. You
solid
are
16.
Good. Solid 16. So you eyeball, a lot of these people, and you see a fair, amount of just kind of different looking people. But the one that catches your eye the most, sitting at a dark kind of quiet booth all by themselves, you see your older brother Yancey, whom you haven't seen in at least a year and a half.
Oh my god. Yancey, over here. Hey, it's me, it's Johnny. And I'll just run up to him.
Okay. Looking up from his brew that he has in front of him, he just kind of, Johnny?
Yancey! Hi!
Johnny!
Oh my god.
Johnny! Brings you in.
I was like, throw my
gives
arms
you
down his shoulders.
big hug. What the hell are you doing here, kid?
Whoa, you been here a minute?
It's fine. I'm good. Sit down here. Hey, one more, 2 more. Thank you. You sit down. This wooden booth is again sticky. Just there's one thing to be in nature. There's another thing to be
sticky.
This is it just, I
Synthetic
don't know.
sticky.
It's not natural.
I'll grimace a little, but I'll slide into the booth with him, and I'm still holding the tin cup in one hand.
Okay. Okay. He says, Johnny, what the hell are you doing out here? You're far from home.
Well, yeah. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I am here. And well, I guess right now what I'm doing. Oh, thanks. And takes the drink and pours it into and he says, well, right now I think that I needed to there's an old guy outside. Did you see him? I'm pretty sure he might be dead. He kind of smelled dead.
I don't know what you're talking about. Johnny, listen, it's actually it's a good thing you're here.
Oh.
He kind of looks around a little bit, making sure nobody else is like listening in. He kind of looks about you. You still do those miracles, Johnny?
Oh, well, I don't think I'd call them really miracles, but I mean, I've been working, yeah.
Yeah. I think you're here for a reason, Johnny. Look, what I'm about to tell you is probably gonna come as a bit of a shock to you, alright? But, you see, your brother here, he, you know, when I left home, when I left you and the, you know, all the others, Jenny, I was trying to find some money, right? I was trying to find a way to make a living, yeah. And, well, I kind of did, but, Johnny, you ever heard of the Bloodback Gang?
No.
Okay, yeah, so there's this fella, named, well, they call him Bloodback Bill,
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
yeah, okay. So, Johnny, I was running with Bill's crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we got up here to this area, right? Just up in the hills from here. And, Bill had this whole idea. He was gonna... Well, he did. The river runs down to this town, to the well in this town, alright? And, without that river, they're not gonna have no water, you hear? And, well, the river is about to go away, Johnny.
Where's it going?
Right, okay. So, Johnny, so up in the hills there, Bill and his gang, me, we were there to basically put a dam in the river, block it up, right? Stop it. And then Bill's whole idea was to kind of hold the town at ransom, right? Hold the river ransom and hostage, and I don't know all the lingo for it, but basically get to a point where the townsfolk were going to have to pay Bill in order to get their water, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense because, well, water is free.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense. And, you know, I thought of you. I thought of Jenny, Nathan. I couldn't do it. I walked away. I came here. Honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do next. Until you walked in. You walked in, Johnny! Kind of slapped you on the shoulder. Kid, you think you could do something? I don't know, make the river flow again, or, go up there and just, like, make a tree fall down on Bill and the gang, you know?
Yeah, see, I'm gonna do something. Because water should be free. But you gotta make me a promise too.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, and I'll just like take his face in my hands, and I'll say, Yancey, remember how you taught me how to draw those pictures?
Well, yeah.
Well, I think that you have a lot of talent, and I really want you to maybe explore that more and maybe kind of work out an honest living doing that, okay?
Make me a persuasion check, please.
That's not
I'll give you advantage on this, too.
Okay.
Because that was a tender moment.
I just got a 19.
Okay, roll again. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So 20.
20.
Dirty 20.
You see Yancey with your hands on his face.
It's okay. No, that's okay. I know. It's been hard.
What have I done? I failed you.
Bring
I
it
didn't
in.
mean
No,
to.
no. You didn't
I
fail
could
me.
have been I could have been an artist.
It's still time. No, there's time. You're only a young 35.
Yancey, I'm 42.
Oh shit! So much time has gone by. Oh man. When did I leave again? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's still time, Yancy. We can do this. We're gonna do this together. I promise.
All right, Johnny. Let's fix this problem, and then I'm gonna draw you a very nice caterpillar.
Oh,
And he
right.
slams his drink down, stands up out of the booth, and walks right out of the bar.
Okay, I'll start like walking out of the bar to follow him and be like, oh, and then go back and get the cup that I had set down, and then I'll follow him outside back to the older man, and I'll say, here's your water. It didn't really smell that great, so you might not want it.
He says, "Huh? Wow, you actually came through there. Hey, thanks, kid."
Nice to meet you.
Yep, you too. And he
Good
just
luck.
like leans
alive.
back, just drinking all like in one gulp. And you follow your brother Yancey out into the hills. And with that, we'll cut back over to.
I love them.
Yeah, that was
my
fantastic.
gosh.
Just bravo to all of you so far. These are compelling characters. Fantastic. So we're gonna go back over to Dr. Dolittle, who is having some problems finding a little exotic bird. And just because your boy Justin, the DM, forgot to come up with a type of bird that this is, why don't we just like create one right now? This bird is called, it's very exotic. It's called the Beal.
A thrumming bird.
It's called the flumming bird.
The flumming bird.
Flumming bird.
What a majestic
hey, Obi-Bert
creature.
Kenobi. Hey, thanks so much for the subscription. You're the best.
Obi
We're
Bird.
glad you're back. We are have the beautiful opportunity here to meet these fantastic characters. These three people are doing fantastic right now. I'm very excited for where this campaign is going already. Oh yeah, Kate, that's right, the shoe bill. Okay, I take it back.
I'm Googling it now.
Yes, please Google shoe bill because these birds are insane.
Insanely terrifying.
Yeah.
Do Bill.
No wonder I didn't want to name it yet. It'd be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So yes, this baby shoebill, this endangered species of shoebill, is missing right now from the wildlife reserve. So what Josie the parrot leads you to an enclosure. And it's there that you see what once was the small enclosure that was this baby shoebills. And Josie says, Doc, this was where we last saw him. I don't know what to do from here, Doc. I'm not a bloodhound. I'm a parrot.
Oh, but you're the bestest parrot.
Doc! There's no time for compliments right now.
In at least just like indoor voices. I know it's mostly in my head, but it's very loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I gonna
All
do,
right,
Doc? What am I
so-
gonna do?
Where did you see anyone? Any shifty figures when you came in here? What were you doing in here?
Oh, well, you know, sometimes
You didn't want to watch my speech?
I wanted to look around and see all the people. I've never seen this many people, Doc. There's so many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
As she says that to you, around the corner, like, 2 couples are walking down, and that's when I told him, I'll take the check. Anyway, oh, Doctor, good to see you. Yes, brilliant speech up there. The name's Herbert Harper. And he shakes your hand. Just kind of like absentmindedly shaking your hand.
Yes.
This is my wife, Victoria. Say hi, Victoria. Hi, Victoria. Just kidding. Hi, my name's Victoria. Very nice to meet you. This is a lovely place. Oh, look, honey, look. That parrot is out of its enclosure. Do you do anything?
That's our security parrot.
A security parrot.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. This place is a wild west. Come on now, Bartholomew. Let's go get in line for the giraffes. They walk away. There's two.
Who's Bartholomew?
There's 2 couples. There's 2 couples. A couple of couples. So they walk away. Josie the whole time was just like, okay, coast is clear.
Mm-hmm. Good job, security.
I did see. It's funny that you call me security because I am quite good at security.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a figure running down those stairs, kind of pointing towards the back terrace.
The back terrace. Okay. We should check that out, right? That's what I should do in this moment of crisis, right? Yes. Yes, and I just start walking that way.
Josie kind of like looks to the camera and just kind of goes, and then just
oh, what?
Yeah, Josie is the Jim of this world.
Man.
So
Yes.
yeah, Josie gets all the good yeah, you're you can choose who you are.
Yeah. It's the khakis. I understand.
You're a Dwight. Okay. You rush down the stairs to the back terrace. This is like an outdoor pavilion area. There are a number of kind of like monkeys and different kinds of like other monkeys, and you basically see people are kind of out here looking and like doing bizarre things. I don't know what people do at like a zoo. They're like putting their face up against the glass, or like I don't know, like trying to like wave to the animals. I don't know. Just tapping on the glass.
Do I hear any quips from my friendly monkeys?
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of them says, "Hey Doc, they really like it when I sling my shit. Should I keep doing that?"
Yeah, no, it's great. They love it.
Okay, you humans are weird, but they say you came from us. I don't know how. Hey, Barry. Across the way to like the orangutan, who's just like, yeah, it's you humans are very weird folks. I'll tell you that much.
I very much agree.
Oh, Doctor, what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be inside, giving more speeches? We heard how it went.
Everyone's heard. Excellent. Love that. And you're never gonna bring it up after today, right?
That's right.
Collectively, we're gonna agree on that. All right.
Collectively.
Don't forget who has all the biscuits.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yeah.
Such a good question.
Such a good question. Just 10 plus your perception, basically.
Where did you go?
It's really not important, honestly. It's for a joke.
Oh, that's 11.
Okay, you don't see that Barry has his fingers crossed behind his back.
Oh, man.
So you continue down, and you see, well, actually, you kind of get to this like dead end area. Like you're not really sure where they could have gone. Why don't you make me an investigation check here? Let's see what you can find, any clues.
Ooh.
And I'll give you advantage because Josie's helping you.
Thank you, Josie. best security guard ever.
Anytime, Doc.
Investigation. That's a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
You look around.
Pain.
You look around. Josie's like, I found something! I found something! I found something!
Yes.
You like go over and look. Josie's looking at her own shadow. What is it? What is this thing? It's just moving. It's moving everywhere I move. Doc, what's going on?
Okay, that's okay. Remember shadows? Because the sun's out, so you have a shadow.
Shadows.
It's from you.
Right.
That's
Shadows. Okay. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
That.
It's
Right. Sorry.
It's a symptom of the light, as we've discussed at least 18 times.
You see at this enclosure while you're here, you see that one of the guests has started to kind of jumping up and down in front of did I name the chimpanzee? I don't think I did.
Barry.
Barry's the orangutan. In front of the chimpanzee, jumping up and down, doing this like monkey move thing, and going like ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, and just like super offensive. And the chimp named Chucky is like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, Doc, I'm gonna have a problem with this guy in a second here if you don't do something, Doc. Get this guy out of here.
He's up. It just calmed down. They'll be gone in a couple of hours.
Couple of hours? I gotta deal with couple of hours of this shit? Are you kidding me, Doc?
Well, okay, then I don't. You know what? Give him just your most special shit throw.
Can I throw it out of the cage? Can I throw it out of the cage, Doc?
Yes, you can throw it out of the...
Well, Barry, you hear that? And Barry's like,
okay.
Oh, yes, I heard it. I heard it, Chucky. Chucky? Was it Chucky? Yeah.
Chucky. Mm-hmm.
I heard it, Charles. It is going to be quite an epic show. You see,
I come to regret
Chucky
this. I
just
understand
like
that.
scoops his shit into his hand and just like up and out through like the openings at the top of the cage. I'm gonna roll, and this roll is going to represent how good he does on this.
Good.
If I get an 11 or higher, this is going to hit this man.
Roll for shit throw.
That's
Roll for
probably
shit
our
throw.
biggest donor.
Oh baby, we got a 13.
What have I done?
Just like all over this guy's face, like his monocle pops off, and
Monocle.
and like the poop is streaming down his face. And he's like, oh my god, is there poop on me? Oh my god, honey, honey, look.
bit.
And she's like, ah, she screams, and he's like, that monkey pooped on me! Someone! And he starts like screaming and yelling, and everybody like around is like, oh my god, what? Oh my god. And like, another woman says, these animals are savages! And there's like an uproar happening right now in this crowd.
No.
You see Sarah at the top of the stairs coming down the terrace, like with the commissioner on her arm, and she's like, and that's why the lovely, and then somebody yells like, they're throwing shit, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, sir. Why don't you head back inside and look at the fish tank? There's a lovely aquarium.
Fish tank? Fish tank.
She doesn't know how this is laid out. Do you do anything, Jess?
Okay. So, Dolittle just, is mildly panicked, looks at Josie and says, I may or may not have made a couple of choices. In not the greatest state of mind.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
What do I do?
Josie says, run! And then she flies down some stairs. The stairs that lead down to the beach. What do you do?
I go, I look down at the beach. I look back at the irate crowd. back at the beach. I go for the beach.
Okay, you run down these stairs down towards the beach. We will actually make me one more perception check.
Oh yeah, weren't we looking for something, Josie? Damn it. Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Nope. I got a 4. You running down, simply just trying to get away from there. That's all. Fantastic. We're gonna cut back over to the kingdom of Shugaria. Shugaria, where we find the adorably hot, as we have established, Sugar Plum Fairy Trixie.
Yeah.
Who is you've just made it to the outside of this cave in the mountain, right? You see, make me a perception check real quick.
All right.
Lots of perceptions right now, y'all.
We're gonna make a perception check. Oh,
What do we get?
well, that is a 6.
All right.
Is that right? Yep. That's a 6.
Yeah. Honestly, here's the thing. This might be the wrong cave. I mean, there's a chance. Is Jin sure that this is the place? Because there's like nobody walking around here. There's like no guards.
Well, he said the oak tree next to the house and this Blossom Flapjacks. Where the hell is this cave? And she's gonna keep trying to go a little bit further.
Right.
Probably not being very perceptive at all.
Yeah.
And she's just flying.
So, like, basically you can look around outside the cave or you can go into the cave. Which one do you want to do?
All right. I am going to. Oh, why not? And she's just gonna start going into the cave, trying to be a little stealthy if she can be.
Make me a stealth check.
Yep, knew that was coming.
Did you say floss and flapjacks?
I did. Floss
Okay.
and Flapjacks.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I've
we were
written
all-
down
That's
a
great.
very long list
Can't
of.
wait to hear them all, baby. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna
That
be
is a
good.
16.
16
Yep.
on stealth. Cool. Let me do some rolls here. Okay, so you are just buzzing your way down, kind of quietly. You are very good at stealth. Actually, you have advantage on stealth, don't you?
Oh, that's true.
It's
because I
one
have
of your
my
special-
silence stat.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll again.
So- I roll it again. Okay. Oh, 22. Let's take the 22 instead.
Okay. So with a 22, you hover over. You keep going deeper into the cave. It's dark, absolutely. But you start to pick up the slight sense of like unfiltered, like pure sugar, which you know.
Granulated.
What?
Is it ungranulated sugar?
Ungranulated sugar, which you know is illegal in Shugaria. It basically, with the amount of sugar intake that everybody in this kingdom takes into themselves, pure sugar, ungranulated sugar would make someone like freaking like go and like just like, you know, wild adrenaline, like it would be crazy. And it's illegal because of that. It's basically like an illegal substance. To answer the chat question, this song right now is called Air Prelude. All of these are Kevin MacLeod, or MacLeod, however you want to pronounce that. Incompetech music, saves my life time and time again whenever I can't afford the beautiful work of Ted Bushman. Absolutely anytime. So the so you start smelling this, right? And you see like there's a light up ahead, but you also you see there's like a little tunnel that goes up from here in the ceiling, like that's just small enough like you could fit into it. Which way would you rather go?
Let's try going up.
Okay.
And then maybe I can see if I can get a aerial view, maybe.
Yeah, sure. So you go up, without a problem, kind of go through this little like chimney-esque thing, and get to a high vantage point. And down below, you see, indeed, a sweet shop, an illegal sweet shop. You see, there are ginger folk and regular common human people as well that they are like chained to these like workbenches, and they are like bagging ungranulated sugar, and it is horrifying to you.
Yeah.
You see there's about 24 people, like captives, and at the far end of the room you see there's some sort of like foreman or like, you know, I don't know, boss bad guy who's sitting down there, but closer to you you see 2 giant guards who you recognize as the captains of the royal guard, basically. They are, you know, they're twins, and they are both like you are. I mean, I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but you are like what, 3 inches, 4 inches tall,
Yeah, probably.
if that. Yeah. These are like humans that are like, you know, bodybuilding, like wrestler looking humans, so they're massive compared to you, but they are there in their beautifully bedazzled, speckled royal guard outfits, just standing there with their like shocks of blonde hair. They have like identical hair, just kind of like this like kind of long spike, you know, kind of on the top, and then like shaved heads on the side, shaved sides. What do you do?
Oh, darn it. I am.
Yeah, it's just those 2, and yeah, sorry, that's all. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So they're all chained up.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 guards and the foreman, and the only way out is the way I came in, correct? Is there anything else that looks like...
There is, kind of behind the foreman, there's like another like passage down that way, which you would assume leads maybe like further into the cave. It looks like it like there's like some crates and barrels and stuff like kind of like up in front of it, so they're obviously not using that as a walkway, but you could go through there.
Is there anything... So I'm trying to picture the room. Is there any way I could cause a little chaos and maybe mess some things up and try to spill some things or get some chaos going around without being seen?
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah, you with your 22 stealth, go ahead and oh boy, make me some sleight of hand checks. We'll say 3 checks in a row here.
Okay. That's a 20.
Nice.
Ooh, an 11.
Okay.
And a 16.
20, 11, and 16. All pretty much very good, actually.
Okay.
You go around, you start, you see there's like a kind of like a pyramid of barrels kind of all on the sides. And you take out your, what are you calling your weapon?
So it's like a dentist tool. What's it called? A scaler? Is that how you say a dental scaler?
No
Scaler?
freaking clue.
I don't know how to say it, but that's how it's spelled. It's spelled
I close
like...
my eyes like this every time I go to the dentist, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. So it's like a staff in her hands. But think like the dentist tool with the little pick at the top. So that's what she has.
Oh yeah, sure. You take that out and just one of the ropes just like, and these barrels, one side of barrels just goes smacking onto the ground and rolling down, and everybody like gets up in a start, and like the people who are chained to their tables can't get up, but none of these are gonna hit them. They're gonna go down like the central aisle straight towards these two big guards who are like, oh, and start like rushing over to like stop them. While that happens, you skitter over to another side where you see the foreman is sitting at this like desk, like, so, you know, doing like obviously like making like packages essentially to like send out, and the pages on these packages, you go over there, and he kind of looks up, and you quickly go across, and they just blow everywhere, so there's pages going all over the place. And then finally, you go around to where the other wall essentially, and there is like a crate there, and it's just like on the edge of another crate, and with your scaler, you get down there and like leverage and it just kind of cracks open, and packs of this sugar fling across the floor, sugar all across the floor. And yeah, it's right then that the foreman stands up and says, "Now what in the darn tootin's going on around here?" And kind of like walks down the thing, and you see he is about like, there's one of the captives, a ginger folk, looks up and kind of go like, when that all happened, they kind of like across their big gingery face kind of give like a little smile, and the foreman sees that and walks down and says, "Oh, you think it's funny, do ya? Okay, let me show you something that's funny." And he goes and pulls a dagger out of his sheath. Do you want to do anything?
Yes, I am flying down, trying. I mean, I'm gonna go fast, and I'm gonna. Does he have any kind of hair at all, or is he pretty shaved as well?
This guy
Mustache? Anything to
is
grab
completely
onto?
bald, but with like an elaborate mustache that comes with the curls. Yeah.
Oh, we're going for the mustache, and we are pulling him back.
Okay. Fantastic. Make me a strength or athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Are you related to Tinkerbell?
I should be. That's what.
I don't know if Tinkerbell is public domain yet, so.
So not yet.
It's a good question though.
Okay, athletics. Oh, dang it!
With advantage.
Okay. Come on. Okay, 14.
Oh, good. You had to be
Way better.
You had to beat a 13. He rolled a 13. Okay. So yeah, you kind of, and he goes, "Whoa!" And you kind of like rip a few hairs out of his mustache as and then he kind of steps back on where the sugar is, and he slips, just smacks onto the ground. All right, he takes a little damage from that, and it is then, now that you've kind of outed yourself from the shadows, from your stealth, you hear, "Oh, look what we got here, Gretel. A little fairy wants to play." And you see the two guards, the other one, Gretel, saying, "Yes, Hansel, it looks like they do want to play. Let us play with a little fairy." And they both take out like these big clubs, and they rush towards you. And it's then that we are going to cut over to...
Justin, you made my dreams come true.
Hey, you created those characters. Bravo to you.
I was laughing. Okay, that's good.
So we go back to the hillside at Eden's Grove.
Johnny.
And Johnny, you are following Yancey. up the hillside here, and you get to the point where he says, ooh, all the characters from Peter Pan are public domain. So yeah, Tinkerbell is like something, I don't know, a distant cousin or something.
Distant
Because
cousin.
you're a sugar plum fairy. She's a different kind of fairy.
I love it.
Actually, I think she's a pixie. Is she a pixie?
Yeah, that because
I don't know.
No, because
Doesn't
they
matter.
say I do believe in fairies. I do.
Oh,
I-
that's too.
Yes. Stick that in your
I
back pocket
hope
for
that's
later.
not like a bad thing against me if somebody says they don't believe in fairies. I dropped it. That would be really bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down for later. So, so Johnny, you, Yancey kind of has been walking. You've been talking a little bit on the way. He's kind of let you know just about what he's been doing and like how sorry he is for all of the crimes against like good people that he's committed. And he promises that as soon as he can, he's going to like right all of his wrongs. But then after a little bit, he says, "Shh, okay, Johnny, we're here. Now look over there." And he points just over to you're kind of like up on like just a little hillside, and it just slopes down a little bit into like a valley, you know, bank area next to the river. And you see that the river is rushing forward, but there is this large like beaver-looking dam that has been put in its way, essentially, and the river beyond that turns into like a stream, like a trickle of what it is. And the gang that's there, this bloodback gang, they're all sitting around. They're all just like sitting, having like a meal, basically. You hear you hear one of them like make me a perception check here. Let's just see what you can hear. Perception or investigation, your choice.
15.
15. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you hear one guy say "Hey Jack, you hear about those giants in these woods?" "Giants? What the hell are you talking about, Bobby?" "Giant, yeah, I'm telling you. My cousin Peter, he told me there's giants in these woods. He saw one himself just walking, big old leg, just walking through." "You're crazy, man. Your cousin's drinking too much. Get on out of here." And then a third guy kind of chimes in, "Hey, maybe that's what happened to that guy who left. Maybe he got eaten by a giant." "I never liked that guy anyway. Hey, more beans for the rest of us. Hey, bean brothers. They eat beans. What do you want to do anything?
Yeah, so these are the guys between me and essentially the dam.
Yes.
Okay. And there's no feasible way to sneak around them.
There, you could find a way. I mean, you're trying to get to the dam, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could totally sneak. There's like a lot of I was gonna say cutlery. That's not right. Shrubbery. There's a lot of foliage. That's kind of blocked. You could find a little path with a proper stealth check. Yeah.
Well, I am not the brightest knife in the box.
The brightest
So-
cutlery.
Yeah.
We have fun.
So I'm
We have
gonna
fun.
go for a direct approach here. I'm gonna look back at Yancey and just like smush my finger to his like mouth and just be like, and I will like, yeah, no, I got this. I'm gonna like kind of army crawl like some sort of gecko or something, just like
Yeah.
and just try and make my way to the dam and just like stop in the shrubbery if I see them moving too much, and then I'll keep going.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, yeah, cool. So you you keep going. You make me a stealth check here.
Okay. I think I get about halfway there and I'm like, a distraction. Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Fantastic. I'm going to roll individually for these 4 guys here. There are the 3 eating beans, the Bean Brothers, if you will. And then there's the leader, who you can assume would be Bloodback Bill, who is like, just kind of like back, like laying kind of like back hunched up against a tree, like hat down in his head, kind of getting that shady rest. So if any of these guys beat a 20, let's see. Okay. You sneak past these Bean Brothers. They're just keep talking. You can tell by the way that they're talking that like they don't hear you. They haven't seen you. Like nothing seems to be alarming. And you can crawl all the way to the dam, and you see it here. Now, from this angle, you see a couple things. First of all, you see the dam itself, right? You see there is I hate to do this to you. Make me an investigation check real quick.
Okay. I'm not very smart if you haven't picked that up. It's a -1. 12.
A 12.
Yahoo.
Fantastic. Now, I promise the last one. Make me a nature check.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. Okay. And what is it you have advantage on?
I have advantage on perception,
Okay.
initiative, and saving throws. Wisdom saving throws.
Okay, fantastic. So, cool. All right. So your perception, we gotta remember, is an advantage. Okay. So, here's what you notice. First of all, this dam is definitely man-made, and it's honestly it's not well built. Like it's holding, but honestly, like on its own, it would probably break after a few days. Once the water builds up enough. Full disclosure, Justin Barron knows nothing about dams, so I don't know if that's how it works at all, but it's a fantasy world, and we're gonna live in it, okay? So anyway, the point is, across the river, maybe what that guy said got in your head a little bit, but the earth is broken in a way over there that just seems unnatural. It seems weird. There's like a shelf. Like there's like the earth goes and then there's like a shelf and then it continues going. And it's like, did somebody like take like a shovel and just kind of like make a weird line in the ground? It's bizarre. You're not sure what's happening over there and you think maybe I should go look at that. And immediately, that's when you feel the back of your shirt being lifted up off the ground. You're a pretty scrawny kid. And holding you, you see Bloodback Bill standing there, looking at this man's face. He's terrifying. He's got like some scars. His eyes are just like dark, like black almost. And
can I make a reaction?
Yeah. What's your action?
It's just a reaction, purely reaction.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to poke him in the eyes as hard as I can.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Sure.
Get away from this man.
Let's call this a let's just call this a sleight of hand or dexterity saving throw. I can't decide. What do you think, Annie? You're nodding.
I like sleight of hand. I don't know.
Yeah, sleight of hand works, right? Okay.
Because it's very.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
like, sleight of hand for me here.
You gotta
I'm
know where you're
thinking-
aiming.
I just kind of yelp as I get picked up, and then just my immediate
Yeah.
reaction is
We're just
like,
gonna say you have to beat his armor class, which is a 15. So.
I already know what this man is called. 16.
Hell yeah!
Yeah!
16.
Go, Johnny,
You, Johnny, you look at this man's haunting eyes and just go, ah! And poke him, and he's, what? And you fall to the ground. What do you do?
I'm scrambling towards that weird shelf thing.
Okay, you, it's across the river, so you'll have to kind of wade through the water, which is like 4 feet tall, basically, like the depth of this riverbed. You want to go that way?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you start wading through this water. Behind you, you hear a cacophony of voices. Boss, what the hell? Hey, get him! Shoot him now! You are gonna get some attacks taken on you here.
Okay. Good thing I have a lot of hit points.
Yeah.
So many.
Okay. Let's see. And I got, what's your armor class? I got a 17 and a 16 are my two highest.
They both hit.
They both hit. What is your armor class? I should know
15.
this. We'll know this next time, I promise. I'll have it written down. It's a 15. Okay, so those two are going to hit you for 9 points of damage total between the two of them. You hear the apparently blaster rifles. I don't know. You hear the sound of a like a pistol being shot. And your lower, like right above like your butt, basically feels really warm in the water. Like you got struck there, and you just keep moving. It's at that moment.
All I can think of is Forrest Gump quotes, but okay.
Yeah. It's at that moment that you hear the voice of Yancey shout out, hey, leave him alone! I'm right here! Shoot me instead! Just standing up. Yancey was never the brightest bulb of the bunch either. And as he's trying to help his sibling get away, these guys are gonna turn around and shoot Yancey. They all miss. Yancey's armor class is an 11. I rolled 2 3s. Oh my god. Okay. They all miss. Yancey kind of like, as soon as they start shooting him, he just, whoa! And he ducks back down like into that foliage. What are you gonna do?
I'll just be like, Yancey, leave! Get out of here! I'm fine. Ow, my butt.
My butt.
I'm fine.
You make it across the river. Yancey is like tucked into cover. This gang starts like rushing around. They are armoring up. They are coming after both of you. And you see Bloodback Bill is like wading across the water towards you with his like gun out, kind of aiming at you. And then you see from behind him, the Bean Brothers, if you will, grab Yancey and throw him to the ground. One of them puts a boot on his chest, and another one has a gun pointed towards his head. And they hold, and Bill stops kind of like, maybe 5-10 feet into the water and says, "All right, now, no one sneaks up on Bloodback Bill. by the way, you're across the river. You see this like shelf thing. From this perspective, you're pretty sure this is a freaking boot print. A giant boot print.
Well, that makes no sense to my mind, my tiny brain.
Bloodback Bill says, "Give yourself up. We're gonna kill this one here. Choice is yours. Someone's gotta pay."
I'll start wading back until I'm about like I don't know where Bill is. Is he in the river, he's halfway?
So like if the river's here, like there on this side, he's like just barely in, not nearly halfway. Like maybe like, you know, a quarter of the way, if that.
Okay. So I am gonna do maybe a couple things. So I'll come like back about halfway like across the river, and then I'll look behind Bill, and in my most convincing lie, I'll be like, "Oh my god, a giant!" and see if he turns around and looks and point.
Fantastic. I'm gonna need you to roll me a deception check.
Okay, and like I want him to just look or flinch, and then I'm gonna bum rush him.
Absolutely.
With my walking stick.
Absolutely.
That's a good. Who brings a stick to a gunfight?
Johnny motherfucking Appleseed. That's who.
Johnny.
Okay, so deception, you said?
Yeah.
It's an 8.
Oh.
Johnny.
You're so earnest.
You. It's giant! You see he goes, looks. You. Walking stick. And in that moment, you see he kind of turns back towards you. And quick trigger, point blank, pulls the trigger. Flash of light. We cut back to Dr. Dolittle. Jess, you have just made it to the beach. You hear commotion from above.
I'm on a beach.
You hear commotion above. It's crazy. It's chaos up there. Josie says, "Don't worry, Doc. I'll circle around and see if I can find an escape plan." She kind of soars off to the side. Doc, you're standing here in the sand. You just kind of like looking like, how could tonight have gone so wrong? How did this happen? And you, hockey pads, you see in the sand footprints that look like a shoe bill.
Shoe bill prints. Carl was here. That's his name now. His name's Carl.
Yeah.
His name's Carl.
Looking just in the general direction of these shoe print of these shoe bill prints. That's funny. You see that they lead towards a nearby dock, where you see a boat.
Is there anyone on the boat? Like,
you can't see from here. You want to get closer?
Yes.
Cool. You kind of just like start lightly jogging that direction.
You know,
you get closer and make me a perception check.
Okay, perception. Where are you? There you are. 17.
Okay.
I won. No.
I won.
You and D&D.
Nailed it.
you see there's a boat. In the boat is, you see some person kind of like hunched over with the oars, clearly just someone who's meant to row. You see, like going into the boat is Carl, the shoebill. Rather, going into, being guided into, I'll let you decide, because next to Carl, standing on the dock, you see a figure. With a 17, you can actually tell this is a woman. She, let me find the right thing here. She, is wearing a kind of like a large overcoat kind of thing, fancy-esque. Definitely could have passed as a guest to your grand opening. Her hair is brown, but pulled back into a ponytail, and her back is to you. What do you want to do?
Shoot. Step 1, don't throw up. Step 2. I kind of look around to see if Josie's at all anywhere near me.
You look around. Josie,
My
you don't see
security
Josie.
guard.
You don't see Josie.
No! Okay. I'm going to, in my very fine garb, my clip-on tie, and itchy pants, just going to casually stroll down the beach like nothing's happening. Maybe I'd take off the clip-on tie and put it in my pocket. And maybe just one button, undone. Just trying to look like, yeah, I'm just on a beach. This is,
okay.
It's for a flash mob. Let's try my
mob.
Let's try my best.
The year
to
is
look like
1918. The first flash mob seen.
Just trying to roll up my pants a little bit to make it look like I'm just having a day on the beach and just very casually walk
Of course.
along the beach towards them.
You start walking towards them.
With a little bit of haste.
Okay, yeah, you start quickly walking that direction.
Getting my
You
steps
get close enough, and you see the woman turns around towards you. And at first kind of like takes a step back, and then isn't really sure what's going on here.
I pick up a shell. I look at the shell. It's cool. It's fine.
You see, she says, "Can I help you?"
Huh? Do you know what this shell is? What creature this may have been?
Make an insight check for me real quick.
Insight check.
Yeah.
A dirty 20.
Okay, couple things. First of all, great roll. You notice, first of all, she means to get in this boat and get the hell out of here with your endangered bird. Second of all, you can tell she doesn't look like she would hurt you. She doesn't pose that kind of a threat, it would seem. Mm-hmm. And just judging by how she looks, I mean, she looks like a very sophisticated woman. I mean, like, your mind can't help but wonder, why is this woman stealing my bird? But yeah, she doesn't look like she's gonna like pull a gun on you or anything. So, but she does look kind of like, you know, precautious, like just kind of eyes everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
She says, "You're the doctor."
Me? No, no, I'm on vacation. Just walking on the beach. Do I know you?
Make a history check.
History check. Boy. Okay. 11.
She's a beautiful woman.
Uh-oh.
You don't get out much, so no, you do not know her.
Figures.
She says, "Dr. Dolittle, what you've
Yeah.
done with this creature is atrocious. You should be ashamed of yourself. You've robbed it from its natural habitat. Now, I will say, Jess, just so you know, this bird, the shoebill, you saved it. You and Josie and a few of your other animal companions saved it from, like, a burning jungle, basically. Like, I mean, it was not going to survive, and you gave it a place here. But because you are a very private person, that story never was told, so, to the public.
Oh boy. Okay. But people know that I did that? Including this person, or?
People don't know the real story of why you saved this bird and, like, the circumstances that it was actually in. People just... She says, you think you have some sort of a right to bring endangered species from all over the world and bring them here and tote them in some sort of a zoo?
Okay.
You call yourself a friend of animals? I think not.
Well, I'd like to think I'm pretty amicable with the animals, but, okay. You've clearly seen through my ruse. You don't seem, no one knows, the whole story of how our little friend here, Carl, got here.
By the way, Carl looks back at you, and he's just like, yo, I don't know. She was cool. I just went with her. I'm not really sure what I was supposed to do.
Carl.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You did me a solid back there, Doc, and I kind of screwed you. By the way, to her, it's just like the shoebill sounds
Chewy.
like a freaking, like, machine gun when it talks.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, go look it up.
I will.
Anyway, sorry, you were saying, though, Carl.
You see, if it matters to you, there was a fire. My companion Josie let me know of a small creature in distress, and so naturally I went in to save them, and it wasn't a big deal or anything. I'm not terribly adventurous. And that's how I came to know Carl, and if I had any other choice, if I could have left Carl there, I would have. But, like I said, it's fire. It's not good for animals. Traditionally.
She just looks at you, she looks to Carl, like, and he just, like... and, she, like, looks confused at that and looks back at you. Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
I will gladly do that with advantage. Persuasion. Oh. 8.
8.
Pain.
She still is not sure about you. She gets a little closer to you, like, uncomfortably, like, she's not, like, this close, but she's, like, you know, a foot away from you, maybe, like 2 feet even. This is the closest you've been to a person other than your sister in maybe a long, long time. You can see she does this.
Is this a new custom that I haven't heard of?
Yeah, you've definitely never seen a human do this to you, or anybody. She says, oh, she kind of straightens back up. I'm sorry, that was, quite weird. I didn't mean,
I did bathe today.
No,
The
it's something
recommendation
that
of my
I
sister.
used to do with,
Okay.
You're being honest, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I am
You
not
see,
a
when
good
you
liar.
tell the truth, you sound like you're lying. Do you know that? Some people are bad liars. You are
a bad
just
truther?
a bad talker.
Oh.
However, She looks back at Carl. He's just.
Carl's good. Carl's not drifting away.
No.
Good, buddy.
And she looks back at you. She says, "Right. Perhaps I misjudged you, Doctor. Forgive me. My name is Jane Porter.
Jane.
Now make me a history check with advantage."
Yeah, about to say. Does that ring a bell? Did I read this book? You say history?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, oops, I did that.
No, with advantage is good.
Okay.
So 15, you instantly recognize this name because you did although you don't go out into the world, Sarah brings you like the newspaper and whatnot, and you read the ones that are interesting to you, or you have like Barry the orangutan read them to you because you've taught him how to read the English alphabet.
Good. Lovely voice.
And he a while ago, you remember hearing about Jane Porter. Her story was incredible, you remember, because she was thought to have been lost at sea along with her father, Archimedes Q. Porter. And years and years later, she came back, and everyone was like, what the hell, where were you? And she basically told this tale about how they were stranded in the jungle in Africa, and they met this man that she names Tarzan. And she talks about how she fell in love with Tarzan, and they lived together happily for a long time until he was killed. And it was then that she chose to come back to civilization and basically continue to look out for animals everywhere, but doing what she could from, like, you know, a human perspective, if you will. And so she's kind of like an animal freedom fighter in a way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In other words, you remember reading this article and being like, that lady is dope. And here she is in front of you. And as you're thinking all of this, you see she's like looking at you. Just looking in your eyes. Just looking in your eyes.
I just blink rapidly out of nervousness.
Doctor.
Yes?
There's something special about you, isn't there?
I mean, my sister always says that I was the favorite until, everything happened. Yeah? What?
She... How is Dolittle feeling in this moment?
He's a little nervous, and he really wants to take a step back, but, he can't for some reason, and he is kind of just staring back into her eyes.
There's this...
what are you doing?
There's this... some sort of, attraction to a human, to a person. I mean, whether it's romantic or not, you are drawn into this woman somehow, and for the first time in a long time, Dr. Dolittle, you feel like maybe humans ain't so bad. And then, flash, we cut to Trixie.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. This is my favorite.
Trixie, Hansel and Gretel are in front of you with their clubs. Why don't you roll me a quick initiative real quick?
Okay.
That's why I said quick.
Quick.
An initiative. Hey, Sumkey, welcome.
Where's that?
Sumkey, this is a dope episode, and you're gonna want to go back and listen to the whole thing because it's wild. I'm just saying, do yourself that favor. If you're watching right now and you joined late, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. This is our first episode of this new series. It's a mini campaign But yeah, public domain, baby. What'd you get?
23.
23. Holy shit. Okay. You go first. Surprise, surprise. What do? You got Hansel and Gretel are there in front of you with their like big clubs looking to throw down. You have the sugar all across the floor. You have these barrels that are kind of like right now Gretel's like holding one back with one of her hands, but if she lets go, they're going to continue like kind of covering the floor.
She's holding one up. Is there any on the other side to come at them at all, or just that one?
So they're only coming from that one side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any way I could topple it over anyway, like the one above the one that she's holding, start bringing those down on them, or are they being secured enough by her?
No, I think you could. You'd have to make some sort of like a the thing. So you're pretty small.
If I can't, then I'm probably gonna try to fly around them and start doing my fairy dust to try to make them fall asleep.
Yeah. I will say this: you can try to push the barrel. It's gonna be a strength check, though. That's up to you.
Let's try to make them fall asleep, because if they fall asleep, the barrels will fall on them anyway. So let's try to do one of those.
Fantastic.
And she also doesn't want them to like recognize her, so she's gonna try to be flying fast and
Sure.
Not stop
So
too
let's
many
see.
times.
Your sleep. Your fairy dust requires 10-foot sphere all around you. All creatures of your choice in that sphere must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, and your DC is
An 8 plus my Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah.
So what is that?
What's your Dex score modifier?
Modifier?
Yeah.
4? Okay.
Okay, so it's 15, which means they fail. Both of them fail.
Yeah.
And they fall asleep. So, describe to me how this happens.
All right. So, seeing that they're coming towards her, she's gonna say, "Oh fudge!" and she's gonna start flying as quickly as she can as she's throwing this dust around them, and she's just gonna start. It's just like a lot of sugar and glitter and all these things going around them, and you almost hear her humming like some kind of lullaby as she's doing this.
Amazing. You see the two of them kind of smack into the table. They smash into the table in front of them, and sugar kind of flings up into the air. Make me a perception check, Trixie.
Oh dear. Okay. That is a 13.
With a 13, first of all, you see on the foreman's belt a set of keys.
Okay.
And you see that the rows of these people that are like, chained down, there's like a lock at the end of these. So like you just undo that one lock and you can just like pull the chain through, basically, right? So that's what you see with a 13. What do you want to do?
Okay. I would like to try to get those keys and go unlock. Let's see. Is there any way I could grab some like sugar and like throw it in his face or something to try to like throw him off guard?
Yeah. So, oh, sorry. Okay. Hang on a second.
In the foreman's
The foreman
face?
is knocked out. The foreman fell to the ground when
Perfect.
you pulled his mustache. So he's knocked out. So everybody's knocked out at the moment.
Oh, great. Well, that makes things real easy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get the keys then. Do I have to like pull them off of him though, or kind of snap?
No, they pull off pretty easily. You go over, you grab the keys, you unlock. This is the unlocking noise, everybody. And when you pull the chains through, freeing everybody, the chains have been pulled through, and for a moment you think it's an echo of the chains in this cavern, like this, but it keeps going. And you realize that's not an echo. You hear this deep growl from that other cave entrance that goes deeper into the cave. Busting out through the crates, through the barrels, two large wings. You see in front of you a gummy worm.
Oh.
Yeah, pause for laughter. I will. Don't worry. A gummy worm. And by worm, I mean WYRM, as in a small dragon-type creature. Although they are made of this, like, gelatinous kind of material, they look terrifying. And they start tearing through here. People, the ginger folk, everybody's, like, rushing away. In that kerfuffle, somebody rushes past you being so small, kind of accidentally, like, kind of pushing you to the side, and then somebody else kind of pushes you accidentally the other way. Before you know it, you kind of spin and tumble onto one of these tables. Look up, and you see the worm look down at you. And it is about to breathe right onto you. Flash! In that moment, Trixie, this worm is on top, is above you, right? Mm-hmm. Everything goes white. And then, in a moment, where the worm was now sits on a tree a sloth, hanging from this tree, looking down at you, looking just as confused as you are.
I don't know what this is.
The sloth goes,
what's this? She has no clue what this thing is, so she's gonna start at him.
Trixie, you look around, you're like freaking out, you kind of look around. The cave that you were in earlier, now it's partially the same cave with some of the same sugar, but the other half of it has this glass encasement, and through the glass you see humans wearing monocles and high-waisted trousers. You see, beyond them, you see, Hansel and Gretel are standing up and looking around. And then, you see they look at these people, and you see, like, Hansel says, get back in your chains. And the one looks at him, now I say, excuse me, where did you come from with all this color? Smacked across with a club. This guy goes sailing into the wall. This is chaos. Meanwhile, Jess, Dolittle is...
Oh no!
Dolittle is on the beach. White flash. You see Jane in front of you.
Uh-huh.
But you find yourself looking past her.
Oh no.
Into the ocean. We're about 200 feet back or so, on a little island, a humongous candy castle is sitting in the middle of the ocean. Not in the middle, but out in the ocean.
Oh no.
You can't help but be distracted by that. In that moment, something flies past your face. You look up in the sky. You see dancing around in the night sky, sugar plum fairies. Because why not?
Okay.
You are so confused, and Jane looks at you and says, Doctor, what is that? And she points up. Turning around, you look at the wildlife reserve. On top of it, this humongous dragon thing made of gummy looking tissue is roaring out. You hear people scream.
Oh no.
Johnny, you are in midair, coming down, pistol at your face, and flash. You pistol goes off, shoots into the distance. You barely missed it, smacking the pistol into the water. You and Bloodback Bill are standing there looking at each other like, uh-oh, like who's gonna make the next move? And that's when you see rushing. I take that back. You don't see. You look up at Bill. He looks back at you, and he is about to like draw a second pistol and shoot you, and wham! Out of nowhere, a beast smashes into him. Boof! You see, kind of your eyes can't help but follow it where it goes. You see a minotaur, a half bull, half man, barrel into Bloodback Bill, sending him flying, kind of goring him in a way. And you see it stop, kind of turn around and say, What sorcery is this? Turns, looks dead in your eyes. You look at it. You look
Hello.
back at the forest, at the woods around you. There are buildings made of marble and stone, pillars that have shot up out of nowhere. It's like half woods, half some sort of like ancient city. And all three of you, you all, sorry, give me 1 second. Let me sorry to kill the momentum. I just want to get some good music going here.
Take in.
I'm
still screaming at the sloth.
My sloth.
Your sloth!
Sugar's not good for him.
No.
So, okay. All of you, there we go. All of you hear a voice. You hear a voice say, "Don't be alarmed." And as you hear that, you realize that what you were just looking at, is now frozen in your view. The Minotaur looks at you, Johnny, kind of like head down, like horns ready to gore, but it's frozen there. And you kind of even like turn around and look. You see that the Bean brothers back there are holding Yancey up, but like he's clearly like squirming in the air as they hold him up, but he's frozen in that position like a statue. Even the ripples of the water beneath your feet have stopped in their tracks. Trixie, there's sugar dust in the air everywhere, just kind of floating there. The sloth looking at you like, and Dolittle, you're out there. Everything's frozen. The ocean, just the tide stops. Everything's silent. That's what's creepiest. There's no noise. You hear all three of you at the same time. Here, don't be alarmed. I can explain all of this. But you'll need to come with me. And stepping out of nowhere, like literally they just appear, stepping about 5 feet away from each of you, you see a well-dressed, what we would consider like a modern-looking suit. You see a man, mid-40s, you know, looks perfectly normal, wearing a very nice watch, extends a hand to each of you and says, "But seriously, you're gonna need to come with me if you want to live." What do you do?
Hi, I'm Johnny.
Oh.
You know what? I think that's where we're gonna end tonight. That is fan-freaking-tastic. That's so good.
Oh, heck.
You... Thank you all. Thank you to the three of you. You've done a fantastic... I can't wait to see where this journey goes. If you were watching, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for, beginning this adventure with us. Thanks to everybody who gave a follow. Thanks to everybody who subscribed. We got that raid. Thank you so much. Scrolling up to find their name. Boys from the Baltic Star. Thank you for the raid. Thank you, Obi Bert, and of course to Kate. Thank you, is my point. We will be back next Friday, same time, 7:30 Central. And we will, in between there, we'll probably have another Green Room episode, which is where I do some mini painting and chat with a guest. Maybe one of these people, if they want to join me. And then we will also, we'll be back next week, and then also keep a lookout for, on the 19th, we have Tales of Equestria, and on the 22nd, we're going to do a Hobbit Day special. So, until then, thank you so much for watching. Should we do a raid? Any suggestions on a raid? Anybody got one? I have not been checking to see who's streaming right now. Okay, well, we'll get to a raid in a second. Yes, thank you, Sumkey. I'm going to update the schedule on the Twitch page. I meant to do so today, and I didn't. Black Girl Gamers are on. Okay, hell yeah, let's do that. We're gonna raid Black Girl Gamers. Stick around and give them some love. Thank you all again, and until next time, we love you. See you later.
Bye.